Transgression speaks to the wicked deep in his heart. There is no fear of God before his eyes. For he flatters himself in his own eyes that his iniquity cannot be found out and hated. The words of his mouth are trouble and deceit. He has ceased to act wisely and do good. He plots trouble while on his bed. He sets himself in a way that is not good. He does not reject evil. Your steadfast love, O Lord, extends to the heavens, your faithfulness to the clouds. Your righteousness is like the mountains of God. Your judgments are like the great deep. Man and beast you save, O Lord. How precious is your steadfast love, O God! The children of mankind take refuge in the shadow of your wings. They feast on the abundance of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your delights. For with you is the fountain of life, in your light do we see light. Oh, continue your steadfast love to those who know you, and your righteousness to the upright of heart. Let not the foot of arrogance come upon me, nor the hand of the wicked drive me away. There the evildoers lie fallen, they are thrust down, unable to rise. The passage you've chosen can be divided into two contrasting parts. The first part vividly illustrates the nature and behavior of the wicked, while the second part shifts focus to the attributes and blessings of God. Let's delve into each section to understand the deeper spiritual meanings and theological implications. The passage begins with a profound insight into the heart of the wicked. Transgression, or sin, is depicted as speaking directly to the wicked within their innermost being. This implies that sin has a voice that resonates with those who live outside of God's ways, suggesting an inherent, almost intimate relationship between the wicked and their wrongdoing. The absence of the fear of God indicates a critical spiritual deficiency. Without reverence and awe for the divine, the wicked are emboldened in their actions. The fear of God is fundamental in many biblical teachings as it represents the beginning of wisdom. Therefore, this absence explains why the wicked can persist in their ways without any moral constraint or guiding principle. Self-deception is a driving force for the wicked as they flatter themselves in their own eyes. This self-flattery blinds them to the consequences and the reality of their actions. The passage suggests that the wicked believe their iniquity is hidden and beyond reproach, which is a delusion. They assume their deceitful ways are crafty enough to remain undiscovered and unchallenged. This points to a deep, underlying pride that blinds them to truth and moral reality. The words of the wicked are marked by trouble and deceit. Speech, as an expression of the heart's condition, reveals much about a person's true nature. In this case, it's an indicator of the moral bankruptcy and spiritual void present within the wicked. The absence of wisdom and goodness further paints a picture of a life lived in opposition to divine instruction and moral righteousness. Insight into the behavior of the wicked expands as we see them plotting trouble even while on their beds. This metaphor suggests a restless, habitual inclination toward evil that persists day and night. Priority is given to paths that are not good, illustrating a deliberate choice to engage in and perpetuate evil. There is a conscious, almost strategic alignment with iniquity rather than any form of remorse or repentance. The passage then transitions to speak of God's steadfast love, which reaches to the heavens. This love, along with God's faithfulness, is portrayed as limitless, demonstrating the vastness and constancy of divine care and commitment to creation. The comparison of God's righteousness to the mountains and his judgments to the great deep provides imagery of stability, permanence, and unfathomable depths. God's righteousness and judgments are depicted as foundational elements of the universe, as reliable as natural formations. The salvation offered by the Lord is extended to both humans and beasts, signifying the comprehensive and inclusive nature of divine grace and providence. God's care is not limited or exclusionary. Instead, it permeates all aspects of creation, showing the universality of his love and concern. In contemplating God's steadfast love, the text highlights its preciousness and the refuge it provides to humanity. Imagery of feasting on the abundance of God's house and drinking from the river of his delights conveys the generosity and richness of divine blessings. This reflects a deeply satisfying and sustaining relationship with the divine, where believers find nourishment and joy. The phrase, "For with you is the fountain of life," captures the essence of the sustenance and vitality that God provides. It suggests that all life's true meaning and fulfillment are found in a relationship with God. In your light do we see light implies that through God's guidance and revelation, believers gain true understanding and insight into life's purpose and moral clarity. The closing appeal is a heartfelt plea for the continuation of God's love and righteousness toward those who know Him. This suggests an ongoing relationship built on knowledge and experience of God's goodness. It is also a prayer for protection against arrogance and wickedness, indicating the desire for integrity and moral purity in the face of adversity and temptation. Finally, The text concludes with a statement of divine justice, where evildoers are depicted as fallen, unable to rise. This serves as both a warning and a reassurance, a warning of inevitable consequences for those who persist in wickedness, and reassurance for the righteous of God's ultimate justice. In summary, this passage contrasts the waywardness of the wicked with the boundless love and righteousness of God. It is a call to recognize the perishability and delusion of sin while embracing the abundant life that is offered through God's steadfast love and faithfulness.